Welcome everyone to our compliance and incident reporting session. We appreciate you being here with us today. In this session, you will learn step by step how MEG streamlines compliance handling and incident escalation, leveraging built-in workflows to simplify every stage of the process. We encourage you to participate fully. If you have any questions during the session, please submit them in the chat and we will address them at the end. This session will be recorded and the replay will be shared with all attendees afterward. So let's dive in and discover practical ways to make compliance and incident management easier and more effective with MEG.
Thank you, Mahmoud. So just let me share my screen in here. 1 second. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, okay.
Thank you. So welcome everyone. My name is Belus, and together with my colleagues Jose, Angie, and Nicolas, we will walk you through this demo. But before to start into that demo, let's just see some of the pain points that healthcare institutions face nowadays. Some of them can be a mix of cultural, technological, and procedural issues. So the first one is about inefficient process. This one talks about you might have a lot of manual work that you manage in your institution, and that takes a lot of time from your staff, which keep them away from what it is important, which is the patient care. Another pain point is to have scattered data. This one is about having maybe important and sensitive information, but in different places. Let's say paper and other systems or spreadsheets. So you might have a lot of information, but in different places that you cannot see the big picture, which leads us to the next pain point, which is the lack of insights. So even though you might have a lot of information, you might not be able to make smart decisions. And instead, you try to fix issues, but not prevent them. The next pain point is to have poor feedback loop. And this one is about having maybe your staff or even patient that might be reporting in your institution issues like complaints or incidents, but they might stop reporting because they never hear back about what happened with their concerns. So they might just stop doing it. And then the next pain point is to have difficulty with audits. This one is more like for your staff. When they need to prepare for external audits, this can be very stressful because they might have the information, but they need to be searching in different places. And this is not an easy way to find the information quickly. So answering to questions from external audits might take them like 2 or 3 days just for a single question. And the last but not least is patient dissatisfaction. This one is about a complaint that can be something small can turn into a big issue. So let's think about a patient who probably fall into a room, and this probably is not a small thing, but can be something that can be fixed quickly. But if we don't respond, we don't get action about this, then this can turn into frustration, angry, and therefore maybe turning into a legal issue. So now that we have seen some of the pain points, let's see now a small story about how a complaint and incident workflow can be successfully managed in MEC. So let's think about in your institution, you might have a patient that is in recovery room and he tried to get up from the bed and all of a sudden just fall because there was some water on the floor that wasn't clean. So he, of course, will feel frustrated with this. He wants to speak up and let the institution know what happens. And then all of a sudden, he realized that in the same room that he is at the moment, there is QR code on the wall that he can just quickly have a look, open his mobile phone, scan the QR code, and complete a form. And all he needs to do is just to enter the details, let's say the MRN and the complaint details of what happened. And then he can quickly submit this complaint. He, of course, will feel like all of his frustration will turn into a real action. Um, so then this complaint is now, once it's submitted, is now in the system. And now what happened with that complaint? So let's see the next stage, which is the complaints manager. he will receive an automatic notification, email notification from the system, from MEG, letting him know that there is a new complaint raised. So he will just look into the system. He will realize that there is a suggested auto category powered by AI. And then maybe he does some analysis, and then he decided to internally communicate to the incident manager about this complaint. But he does that also in an internal chat in the same screen where he's looking at the complaint details in the system. So this leads us to the next stage, which is the incident manager. In this case, and you will also receive an email notification about this comment that the complaint manager sent to her. She will also review the details, and if she thinks that she needs to be escalated to an incident form, then she will do that in the same screen, complete the form, and she will realize also that all the data is pre-populated, so she doesn't need to be typing anything. Um, and then just by doing that, now complaint is escalated as an incident in the same system, and she can have access to all of that in the same screen. She might also realize that there is a need for investigation, so she created a new task and assigned that one to one of her incident team members, which is to create and perform a root cause analysis. So then the next stage is the incident team member, who will also receive a notification, but on a daily basis, she will log into MEG and go to the QIP module, see the new task assigned for her. She will check what it has to be done. In this case, is to perform a root cause analysis. She might just need to navigate to the incident details just to gather more information. Once it's ready, she complete the investigation, upload the results into the system, all in the same screen. And then if she's finished, just close the task. Once she does that, MEG automatically send a notification to the incident manager to let her know about this task has been completed. Then she can maybe close the incident and then communicate internally with the complaints manager to let him know about this has been resolved. Complaint manager might just complete his analysis and communicate with the patient about this investigation done and the feedback. And that will close the loop for all of these patient concern turning into improvement. So to see that in action, let's see a live demo, how can be done in MEG. And for that, I'm going to hand over to Nicholas just to start with the patient report.
Perfect. Thanks, Veluz. Yeah, I'm Nicolas. Nice to meet you all. Basically, I will be the patient for this demonstration. I usually basically was a patient. I was staying in a specific room, and I experienced an incident, right? And I would like to report that. So what I saw, as you saw in the screen, a QR code that I can basically scan and complete that feedback form. So I'm going to show you, I will do that. So basically, so I can submit that, and someone, of course, from the relevant teams can verify that. So I will share my screen so I can show you basically how can I scan this with my phone number. So I will have my phone, right? I saw the QR code, and when I basically scan it, now what I will do, I will get it specifically to this launch complaint. So I will type my MRN, and of course I will put the complaints detail of the incidents that I had. In this case, I slept basically on the floor, so I need to report that because it's not safe. And of course, I will type my email address so I can receive information and feedback about it. So I will submit it, and now, of course, I will wait so the relevant team can answer me or send any reply.
Thanks, Nicholas. Today I'm performing the role of complaints manager. As you can see, after the patient submit the form, I receive an email. In this email, we can find a link to the complaints that the patient raised. So in this complaint, here in this box, we can see all the details from the complaint. And also, I would like to highlight how our AI feature is categorized automatically the patient fall. This AI categorization is based on the comment that the compliance left in this box. After this one, in the right side, we have the comment section. In this comment section, we're gonna tag our incident manager, and we're gonna leave a message. Were you aware of this fault? After send this message, at this stage, the incident manager will receive an email and guide us through the next part of the workflow.
Perfect. Thank you, Jose. Hello, everyone. My name is Angeline, and for this live demo, I'll be doing the role of the incident manager. So Jose has tagged me on a comment there, and I'm going to share my screen now. So yes, I've been tagged on the comment there, received a notification. So I just click there to log in and see the comment. And what I might do is I'm gonna have a look there to see the comment. So he tagged me there. You were aware of this fall. So I'm just gonna have a look here what happened. Right, so there was a fall there. The patient reported it, and I can see here as the incident manager that there hasn't been an incident filed yet. If there was an incident filed, you'd be showing here on the right hand side as a related form. So so that it works with the MRN. So if there was anything with this MRN, you would be showing here on this side, but there isn't anything. So I'm going to go ahead and file an incident form based on this complaint. So I just launched it from here, launch form, and then I launched the incident. So I have some of the data already pre-populated for me. Okay, I have the MRN, the incident description there. I just need to populate the incident date and what it is related to. And for now, it's related to fall. So I'm just going to submit that incident, and then I'm going to click on review. So this would be my incident page. This is where I'm going to add details of the investigation for this complaint/incident. Okay. So I'm going to assign that to myself for now, just so I keep an eye and I'm notified of anything that happens. I'm going to hit save. You can see here, this is already linked to the complaints form that I generated this one from. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a task for a team member of the incident department for them to carry out root cause analysis for this incident here. So I'm just going to click create task. I'm going to input there the task that I'd like them to carry out, and I'm going to assign that to the incident colleague. I'm going to send them an email. I can set a due date. If I want that done sooner, I can just select that tomorrow, for example. And then I'm going to hit save. Okay. My instant colleague, she's gonna receive notification as well about this task, and she's gonna move on with this demo.
Thank you, Angie. So now the next step is to see what happened with the task that was assigned. Now I'm sharing now in the system, like I'm performing the role of the incident team member. And as you can see, now I'm opening the QIP module. And then I can see all the tasks that has been assigned. So I can see that in this list, or I can go specifically for one of the forms. But in this case, I have the latest is this one from today. So I'm just going to open the details in here and see what was assigned to me. So just to perform a root cause analysis. So let's imagine that I'm already initiating the investigation, but I might need some details. So I'm going to go to the incident form just to see all the information, if there is anything that I need to review. If not, then from here, I have the option to click and launch a root cause analysis form. So I just click in here, that opens a new form for me. And I'm just selecting, this is a root cause analysis, maybe related to complaint and incident. Then I'm just going to upload my results from my investigation. Um, which is the root cause analysis. Once I completed all of that, I just submit, and that will be already in the system. So if I come back to the incident details, I can see now that the root cause analysis that I just submit is already linked also the same into the incident form. So after that, I can just close the task. I can do that from here, or I can go to the QIP module and close the task from there. But in this example, I'm just going to close from here, and that immediately close the task, still in all the same information in the same place. And then automatically this will send a notification to the incident manager to let her know that I completed the task.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Belus. I have just received your notification here, and I can see that you finalized the task. I'm just going to click on view there for the task and see what you've done. Right. So we have here that, so I can see here that the task has been finished, and I can go here into the root cause analysis form to look at what has been done. This is the file that they uploaded, the incident team member. So I can review the document that she sent me. And then if I'm happy with that, I can just go back to the incident. Perfect. I'm going to close that incident for now because I'm happy with how it's been investigated. And at the same time, I am going to tag the complaints manager who sent me the complaints form for the patient that failed. So I'm just going to contact him from here, and then I'm going to tag them, complaints manager. I'm going to send them this message, just letting them know that the RCA has been completed, and there's now a plan in place to improve patient safety. He'll shortly be notified that I finalized that, and he can move on with his own workflow for the complaints.
Thanks, Angie. Now I receive an email. In this email, there is a comment. I can go to the link. I can review the comment that was left from the incident manager, and also I can see all the analysis that was carried on in this incident, in this compliance. So now what I can do is go to the section of the email, and in this part I'm gonna send an email directly to the patient. In this case, we're gonna text Nicholas and we're gonna write a message: your complaint has been reviewed and handled. This ticket is now closed. So we're gonna send this one, and now the patient is gonna receive an email in their inbox.
Perfect, thank you. And now basically, I was waiting to see if I get a resolution for the incident that I uploaded. So if I go to my emails now, I will basically see that the complaint feedback that I submitted was handling, and that basically that, of course, they say that thanks for reaching out because they're going to evaluate for future improvements. So yeah, so it looks like my feedback was taken care, so that's good. And that was the end of the demonstration. And now we're going to do like a little sum up for what we just saw.
Thank you for joining today's session. Before we close, let's take a quick look back at what we explored today. We walked through each step of how MEG transforms incident and complaint handling, so here's a quick recap. We started with how patients can easily share feedback or raise a complaint using a simple QR code right from their phone. Then we saw how MEG's AI instantly analyzes and categorizes complaints, making sure they go to the right person without delay. We looked at automatic alerts, where key staff are notified in real time so action can be taken immediately. Next, we saw how a complaint can be linked to an incident in just one click, keeping every record connected and easy to track. We explored linked information where all investigation details, like root cause analysis, are directly tied to the incident record. We reviewed the QIP action plan, which gives teams a clear, centralized view of all their assigned tasks. And finally, we saw how MEG closes the loop, from reporting to resolution, ensuring that every issue is addressed and fully resolved.
That brings us to the Q&A part of our session. I would like to start with a question that has already come in, and then we will open the floor for any other questions you might have. So feel free to type them in the chat in the meanwhile. So Piluz, we received the question saying, can we customize the complaint form itself? For example, adding mandatory fields for location or having different forms for different types of complaints.
Thanks, Mahmoud. Yeah, the forms are totally customizable, so we can adapt the workflow that the client is using in the institution. That can be completely customizable in MEG. So yeah, absolutely.
I'm checking if we have more questions in the chat. If not, if we don't have any further questions, then we'll wrap up the session here. Thank you all for attending today's session. Your time and participation are truly appreciated. Before we go, we would like to hear your thoughts. Please leave us feedback by scanning the QR code on your screen. Your input helps us improve future events. Thank you again for joining, and goodbye for now. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.